Hi, welcome to Sugar Free. This is the Daily Tarot for Monday, the 31st of January 2021. I've shuffled, so I will cut. This is a major arcana reading. World in reverse. Magician in the reverse. And strength. Okay. Right. Well, the first thing that came into my mind when I saw this is that something feels like the end of the world. And the magician in reverse just don't know what to do. It looks like whatever way you kind of look at as a way of proceeding, there's a reason not to. And you're just kind of stuck. And the solution here, and this really is, I think, a solution to this combination of problems, is the Strength card in the upright, like getting a grip, basically, which is exactly what she's doing, getting a grip. And asserting the adult in the room of your soul over the child in the room of your soul, and basically setting out some boundaries, setting out some limits, possibly with somebody or something else, but most importantly with yourself. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty simple for me. I mean, it's not for me to presuppose what this might be for anyone watching this film. But there is here a profound sense of, to use a technical word, impotence, lack of power, or a sense of not having any power. And there's something interesting in this one and how it feeds into this one, because there are two types of power here in the Strength card. There's the power of the wild animal with its lack of boundaries. I mean, the lion, the wild creature, does not care that you don't want it to bite you. It doesn't care about that. It doesn't care that it's kind of not the done thing to behave like that. It doesn't care about the fact that you don't go into this space and behave like that. It doesn't care about any of that. It doesn't know, and even if it did know, it would not have the strength to limit its own behaviour because it hasn't got any boundaries. So that's one type of strength here. And it is a type of strength, but it's not a productive type of strength. Not for humans. It's suitable to a lion, but not in the setting of the dealings of the human world. Here's the other type of strength. The strength of structure and being absolutely clear that this is okay, there's the line, and what's on the other side of the line is not okay. And I mean, we like to say that we've all got our own sort of version of what's okay, but basically we all have the same rules, really. Be nice. And if you're not prepared to be nice, there's a line. If you stray over the other side of it, I won't like it. What then happens on not liking somebody else straying over the line, or some other entity or some other influence straying over the line into the I don't like it territory, then we all are on our own. But we basically all want to be, I mean, we've all got our own responses to that. I'm thinking about the 4 Fs. There's fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. So fight is basically like, you're nasty to me, I'll be nasty to you back. Flight is just like, you're nasty to me, I just want to get as far away from you as I can possibly get. There's freeze, which is I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to sit here and play dead. And there's fawn, which is I'm going to try to kind of placate you. And this, I think, is probably the most damaging one of all. I'm going to try and placate you and kind of act like a little pussycat in order to protect myself from the possibility of you behaving unpleasantly or in a way towards me that I find unpleasant in future. That's really dangerous. That's where codependent relationships get set up. So, okay, there's the 4 Fs when we are aggressed or menaced by something. And I mean, none of those 4 Fs is really a kind of answer to this wild animal coming after us. But I would think that in the absence of doing what she's doing, okay, the best thing is flight. Just get out, like no contact, as they call it. Yeah, because fight is just going to escalate the situation. Freeze, you are just frozen and then you can't act in any way at all. And I think perhaps that's what we're seeing here. It's a freeze response. Now, what is it? What is it that motivates this lady here to get a grip of this situation? What is it? Is she doing it for herself, or is she doing it for a wider group? And I'm struck today for the very first time in discussing this, in thinking about this, by the fact that she's wearing a crown. That shows she's a queen. That shows that she is a leader of a group. Okay, she's this is not just about her. She's not just a householder. She's a queen, and that makes her responsible for the well-being of her people. That's why she's doing it. She's not doing it for herself. She's doing it for her people. So there's a lesson here. But by God, the courage it must take. And I'm looking for the first time also today. I don't know if it's going to focus. Oh no! Yes, there we go. Look at her eyes. She is afraid. She's afraid. Her eyes are wide in fear, and I'm not surprised, because she's putting herself in a very, very vulnerable position there in order to place a boundary on something. But that's the nature of courage, isn't it? It's that courage isn't the absence of fear. It's feeling the fear and doing it anyway, as they say. And that's not always about recklessness. It's about knowing that you are really frightened, but the consequences of not doing what she's doing are worse than the risk she is incurring on behalf of her people to get hold of this. Okay, let's move on. Hierophant. Well, the God bod approves. Temperance in the reverse. Okay, this is not a situation to be kind of weighed up this way and that way. This links here to the Magician in the reverse. Like, this is not something, if you look at it this way and look at it that way, and keeping it all in house and kind of, just kind of disengaging the gears on this. No. And how interesting, because this was what I was thinking about looking. Right, okay, this is obviously more complex than I thought. There are other ways of looking at this. I mean, as I say, for the lion, the behaviour is completely natural. That's what we need to understand about this. The lion isn't doing what he's doing because he's bad. He's doing it because that's what he does. But that doesn't mean it doesn't need to be got a grip of in the interests of oneself and the wider community. I mean, she wouldn't last long on her throne if she just allowed this wild animal to go around like chomping people in their homes, would she? So it works for everybody. But I think the lesson here is that however destructive someone is, or someone's behavior is, or something is in your life, for them, it's natural. Okay, and perhaps that is the hardest thing of all to get a grip of, and to work out how to look after yourself in all this. So, as a Buddhist, my teachers say, if you are not sure what to do, if you are not sure what course of action to take the course of action that benefits the greatest number of people. So focus on the fact that while you are just you in your life, there are other people in your life to be looked after as well, and do what works best for the greatest number of people. Right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.